So you know in the movies when the good guy usually asks the bad guy to make them an offer that they cannot refuse? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be going over in today's video, except applying that into the world of e-commerce. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to build an irresistible offer to make to your guys' paid traffic so that you can convert more people into more customers. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So welcome back to another YouTube video, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be going over how to build an irresistible offer for your end user. And this comes at a very great time because I know right now, as this video is being posted, we are in Q4. There's tons of holidays around the corner. And so today is going to be very, very nice because we're going to be showing you how to convert more traffic into more customers. Now, before we jump into my iPad and get through the slideshow that I have prepared for you guys, I really want to ask you guys to like the video if you get a lot of value from it. And of course, subscribe to the channel. It helps tons to push the content out to more people and bring more of a community around this channel. So I really appreciate it. And without further ado, we can jump right into my iPad right now and jump right into the topic of today's video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we are in my iPad now, and we're going to be going over really the two phases of actually building an irresistible offer. So that being obviously planning and the execution phase, okay? So when you are planning out your irresistible offer, first things first, you want to be able to do a little bit of research into the emotions that your consumer best resonates with. Now, this is different for every single industry, so I highly recommend that you do spend a little bit of time of researching whether it's competitors, ad copy or their ad creatives, seeing what sort of emotions they like playing on, or even going to Google Trends and seeing what sort of trends are in your industry as well too. That's also a really good, helpful tool to be able to identify your consumers' emotions that they best resonate with. Secondly, you want to be able to identify the desires of your end user, right? So for me, as an example, my end user, their desires typically are people who, build an e-commerce brand and they want to be able to run paid traffic that is predictable and profitable in the way that it's run. So for me, identifying those desires has helped out a lot because now I'm able to basically go and I'm basically able to build more solutions around those desires so that they can best resonate with me, okay? Now, on to number 3, you want to be able to identify products solutions. So kind of tying into what I just said, if you can identify the desires and the needs of your guys' consumer, then you can meet them halfway with the solutions that your products provide, okay? Number 4 is having a bulletproof guarantee. Now, if you have a bulletproof guarantee on your actual offer, this is going to be able to just make it a no-brainer for your guys' end user to opt in, right? If you're guaranteeing that your product has a 30-day warranty or a 60-day warranty, something around those lines, it doesn't have to be exactly like that. Obviously, your end user is just going to say, okay, well, this is a no-brainer to, purchase this product because they have such confidence behind their products, okay? So, the execution phase. So starting off with, being able to make your offer very front-end loaded with value, okay? So what this basically means is it needs to be attention grabbing. The first 2 to 3 seconds, if you're running a video ad, let's say, it needs to showcase the offer right away because in your ad, whether it's a top of the funnel ad, middle of the funnel ad, bottom of the funnel ad, it doesn't matter. You want it to be able to showcase that offer right away, okay? So I always recommend showcase the offer right away, grab the attention of your audience. And it needs to be an offer that needs to be too good to be true. It needs to be something that stops people in their tracks, really. And if it can stop people in their tracks and make them think wow, is that really the offer that this company is making? Then it's a better chance of your watch time on your ad going up or just the engagement on your ad going up, which usually will lead to a better click-through rate, okay? Now, like I said, it needs to be a no-brainer for them to opt in. So it needs to be some sort of offer that really catches their attention, something that is just way too good to be true. And with all of that, it'll tie into it becoming basically a no-brainer to opt in, okay? So that is really the biggest thing. Now, number 2 in the execution phase needs to be, your offer needs to be communicated in your ad creative and in your ad copy, okay? This is important. It needs to be involved in both of these things because if you are waiting to showcase your offer until people come onto your website, you are missing out on a huge amount of traffic that is going to be converted in clicking your link just because you're not showcasing your offer, okay? So you need to make people aware of your offer in your ad creative and in your ad copy, and it's very, very important that you do that because, again, like I said, you need to be making them aware of your offer many times from the first moment that that end user sees your ad to the very last moment that they actually end up, ideally purchasing, okay? So make sure that you're doing that. And the reason being, and I have it listed here, is your end user needs to see your offer multiple times, multiple ways. So many people, they learn different ways. They understand and take in information in different ways. And two very easy concepts is understanding that people take in information visually and in written form, okay? So if you're creating your offer and you're showcasing it in your copy and in your creative, this is just gonna give you a much better chance of really increasing the rate of people that are gonna click your link and coming onto your page to opt in for that offer. Now, step number 3 is it needs to be simple to follow. I'm a big believer in simplicity is just the ultimate sophistication, because if you keep things simple, people will typically have more confidence in actually following through with it because it's easy, right? You have to think the world of e-commerce, typically end users are lazy. They just want to be able to purchase their product, get it in 2 to 3 days or whatever it is, and be able just to start using it, right? Like they just want the most lazy experience ever. So if you can take the heavy lifting off of their shoulders, put it on your shoulders, and just simplify the whole process, it's going to make your life and their life very, very simple. So you need to make your offer very easy to understand. You need to make it easy to use, right? So maybe it's just a code that they put in at the checkout process. Maybe you're offering 25% off or something and they need to implement a code. Maybe once they click on that link, that code is automatically applied to their purchase. So it removes that layer of the process of them actually having to type in that code. It's just automatically applied at their checkout, okay? And I have here, easy to checkout as well too. It needs to be very easy for them to, again, see the offer up close and personal, and then it'll just increase the odds of them being able to add that product to cart, being able to initiate checkout, and then ideally purchasing, right? So a good way of knowing this is if you have a really good offer, you'll start to see that your add to cart to initiate checkout to purchase ratio starts to become really, really optimal, because a lot of people, they just find your checkout process very simple. They find it very easy to use. And if the code's already applied or something like that, if you are offering some sort of discount with a code, it's just easy to opt in, okay? Now, lastly, is there needs to be no hesitancy. So this definitely ties into obviously how effective your landing page is, because if your landing page, again, meets people at what their desires are, it provides solutions to the end user of what their, end goal is with your product, then it's going to help a lot in that conversion rate. But as I have listed, right here, you need to provide a bulletproof guarantee, right? So you can have your landing page set up very, very well. Everything can be looking good. But if you have a bulletproof guarantee, something like I said in the earlier stages of this video, if you provide like a 30-day warranty or a 60-day warranty, something like that, it's just going to give more people confidence to purchase your products, because they're going to see the confidence that you have in your products. And it's just going to give them that, that peace of mind to actually opt in for your offer and actually purchase your product, okay? Now, signs that your offer is working and is successful, right? So when you have a good offer, you're going to instantly see your click-through rate increase for sure. Because if you have a good offer and you're showcasing it in the first, 3 to 5 seconds of your video, and it's something that's attention grabbing, you're going to notice that your click-through rate goes up, because it's just going to be such a no-brainer for people, and it's going to be like such an irresistible, too good to be true type of offer that they're going to have to click the link and be able to see that offer up close and personal on the landing page, okay? So you're going to definitely see your click-through rate increase. Now, your CPMs will typically decrease, and the reason for this is because it doesn't have to do anything with your targeting, but the way that Facebook and a lot of these ad platforms work is if your click-through rate is really, really good and you have good ads, Facebook and all these different platforms are going to push your content and your ad to more people. It's going to reach more people for cheaper, because they want to show good quality content on people's news feeds, on people's stories, because it's just going to make the end user happier and give them a better user experience on their platform, okay? So the better the ad, the better the CPMs. These tie in quite a bit, okay? So make sure that you are focusing on your creative, you are focusing on your copy, because these two things really do tie in. Now, on the third on the list, your ad engagement will probably increase. If you have a really good product that is maybe, very unique to the industry or the niche that you're in, your ad engagement is going to go up because people engaging with the ad or seeing the ad are going to just naturally tag their friends. They're going to like the post. They're going to comment on it. They're going to have questions for you. So definitely a good thing to keep in mind here is engage back and forth with the people that are choosing to engage with your brand as well too. It's just going to help you a lot more as your ad gets shown to more people, but you will start to see your ad engagement really begin to increase. Now, once people are, they find your offer very irresistible, they click the link, they're going to land on your landing page, obviously, right? And the goal here is for the offer to be so irresistible and just have such a good guarantee behind it that it's backed by, that it just increases the conversion rate. So you should be able to see your website conversion rate really begin to increase. And so the good thing about when you start testing a lot of these different offers that you're going to be testing is you can start to identify which offers work the best. And in your back pocket, if you have, a handful of offers that work, well, now it's just a matter of finding the good creatives and the good copy to really align with those offers and with those angles, and then be able to swap through them throughout the year so that you never run into ad fatigue and that you're constantly always having a very, very good click-through rate, a good CPMs, and obviously a good website conversion rate, right? So that is really ultimately your goal. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can't put more emphasis on this enough, that your offer is really what is going to make the big difference in actually improving the quality of your ad. I think way too many people, and myself involved in this as well too, earlier in the days, I put so much emphasis on trying to change the first 3 seconds of a video, the first 5 seconds of a video in the ad creative, changing the different types of copy, doing all these things. But the foundation of your ad creative and your ad copy is ideally the offer that you're making to your end user to opt in for, right? If your angles are good and your offer is really, really irresistible, you're gonna have a good click-through rate, you're gonna have good CPMs, and you're gonna have a good conversion rate. It's just very, very simple, right? You have to identify the components that make a good creative a good creative. You have to identify the components that make good ad copy, and your offer is one of those components, right? Alongside obviously your angles and the way that you communicate with people, the emotions you pull on, things like that. So hopefully this video makes a lot more sense for you guys. I really hope that you guys start to create more ideas around really cool, unique offers, because I'm telling you, one good offer in place, especially in Q4 that we're in right now, could exponentially blow up your business. I mean, I've literally seen businesses make an extra $250,000 just in Q4 alone compared to what they typically will generate in a full year, just because they have such an irresistible offer in place for the holidays, whether it's Christmas or I know right now we're kind of going into Halloween. I think by the time I post this video, it might actually be Halloween. But that's the biggest thing, is so focus on your offer, be able to follow all these steps I've given you guys today, and you will begin to see a very good result rate in terms of sales going up and your return on ad spend going up as well too. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in today's video. I'm going to be coming out with content every single week, working up to probably the point where I'm posting 2 to 3 times a week for you guys, probably near the new year. But before I let you guys go, I want you guys to really like this video if you guys got a ton of value from it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It helps a ton with the YouTube algorithm, and it just feels good seeing more subscribers come to the channel. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.